If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. A child shall lead them.
Yes, to buy our merch, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 6 Degrees of Separation classic metal live stream, hosted by the big homie Mojo. You may recognize his name as you have reacted to 3 Deep Purple songs from the era when Ian was fronting that band. We won't be listening to Deep Purple tonight. Oh no. I hate that thing. Instead, we will listen to 2 tracks from the single album he recorded with Black Sabbath in the early 80s, Born Again. This is not a very highly regarded record amongst Sabbath fans, but it is one of my favorites. Born Again was released in 1983. Ian only recorded this 1 record with the band. Musically, Ian's voice is perfect for Black Sabbath, but stylistically and image-wise, it was not a good fit. Ian was and is a hippie. Not that there's anything wrong with that. During recording, the band rented an estate and set up a studio in the main house, while the rest of the band was living in the huge mansion. Ian was living in a teepee on the estate grounds, communing with nature when not recording. And on the stage, he was more comfortable performing barefoot than putting on leathers and chains. They parted ways after the Born Again album tour cycle, but it was an amicable split. Ian and Tony Iommi. Oh.
Go ahead.
Iommi are good friends to this day and have collaborated on other projects together over the years. Next up is Stonehenge Disturbing the Priest.
Okay, here we go. Stonehenge Disturbing the Priest.
So, wait. The first time I heard this, the 16-year-old me thought it was one of the most evil, creepy, and cool things I'd ever heard. I can't imagine any other singer on the planet being able to do what Ian did in this song. Okay.
Okay, this should be interesting. All right, here we go. Black Sabbath, Stonehenge, and or
Disturbing the Priest.
Disturbing the Priest. Let's check it out. Spooky. Atmospheric, to say the least.
Wow.
enjoying this build up here. You didn't like this choice?
Lay's potato chips one time, I'm not sure if this is still a thing. You put up that picture. They came out with a fry. Not a fry. They were some chips, and they were chicken and waffle flavor. Okay, I like chicken.
Literally?
Yeah, and I like waffles. But do I want to put them both together in a chip? No, I don't. I have no interest in even trying those. If somebody opened a bag in front of me and said, hey, you want to give these a try? Yeah, I would, but I'm not spending money on that. No.
Okay. I'm
this
waiting,
song to
I'm
me
waiting
was
to
like
see.
that. There was something.
Oh no!
There was something not right about the chicken waffle mix that I didn't like.
Really?
Now, I don't know if it's because, Mojo, you led the witness by saying, I picture him with the bare feet. I'm vibing with him out in his teepee. I really, really like that. It doesn't mix with the chains and the leather. I see that. And so maybe mentally I was already like... But when the song was playing, I kept feeling like something wasn't waffle and chicken. They weren't going together for me on a chip.
Well, it was definitely like...
Shout out to Colin.
An avant-garde. It was definitely like an avant-garde type of set. The timing was off. It was like start-stop. It was the stuff that Korn did on the first couple records when they...
Yeah, but it belongs there. You felt weird about them, and you felt the vibe. Something to me was not like something wasn't right about this.
It was not immediately.
But I didn't feel like that immediately. It came in as it progressed. That's where I was like,
yeah, like I mean, I agree with you. I mean, once the music, aside from the instrumental, once the music hit,
the instrumental was beautiful at the beginning.
Right. Once the music hit, though, you could tell that Iommi was like, I'm going to experiment and play around with this kind of style. And they did something like, again, like, this guy, Tony Iommi, like, I agree, there's a mini debate happening, like, who makes this band? And Perk was saying, Black Sabbath equals Tony Iommi. The band had always done just fine with or without Ozzy, who was always carried by talented guitarists, be it Tony Iommi or Randy Rhoads. Like, it's not a diss to Ozzy, but this Iommi, I mean, unless you've played an instrument, and on top of unless you've played an instrument, unless you have tried to create music yourself,
Okay.
you know how difficult it is to make a good song, and then, after you've made a good song, to make another good song that isn't a complete copy of the first good song.
Okay.
It is so difficult to do. It is so difficult to do. And to think that this dude came up with this song, this style, what year was this? Let's
see.
This is almost 1983. This really could have been like a new metal song, like a Static X type new metal song, like the weird breaks, the weird timing signatures, the weird drum patterns. Like, you could say, oh, that's progressive, but this could have been a new metal song, like if you stripped it down, especially the interplay with the rhythm section and the lead guitar. Like, for this dude to do something like that in 1983.
Yeah.
We weren't even alive. Like, for him to be able to do that, and create basically another genre of music is insane to me. Like, nobody understand. I get frustrated when I talk about Iommi because you're my partner. Like, no disrespect, but like, you don't understand how great this man is because
no,
you know what I'm saying. Like it's so frustrating when I think about how good this guy is, and because I know that, like, I won't even be able to articulate how good this guy is. This guy is responsible for so many different genres in metal. It's mind-boggling to me. It's absolutely crazy to me how talented this guy is as a song maker. Mm-hmm. I will say this. Head is my favorite guitarist of all time. He always will be. You know I love you. But this guy is the best songwriter of all time in metal. Period. It's not even close. Not even close.
BC. After you said all that amazing, yep.
Oh no,
sucks.
he's
talking about something else.
He's talking about Roe v. Wade supposedly being
Okay, all right. That's what I get for just jumping in.
Roe v. Wade is not being decision right now in the Supreme Court. There's no way. Like, I would be shooting a Middle America live stream right now if that was what was happening. That's not what's happening. Okay, so
okay,
just relax, BC. But anyway, Tony Iommi, the guy is unbelievable. It's just absolutely unbelievable. What did you think he was talking about? That's another question.
Yeah, that is another question. I really don't know.
I think he's trying to deal with like the pull between religion and, you know, your good life is a contradiction because of the crucifixion. If you're ready and have the need, I will take your soul and plant my seed. So it looks like he's trying to seduce somebody and basically saying, with the inception of Christianity, you can no longer live a pleasurable life, basically. So, see, it says, sweet child with an innocent smile, watch closely all the while. Don't be fooled when he cries. Keep looking at the eyes. And it starts out, let's try getting to the sky. Hang on, or you're going to die. Sour life can turn sweet. It's laying at your feet. So that's drugs, right? Like, let's touch the sky, whatever. Like, we're trying to get high. And then the good life's a contradiction because of the crucifixion. So I think what they're saying is, we're going to try to get high, escape the world, yada, yada, yada. We know that Christianity's come to take away pleasure and happiness. So the good life is a contradiction because of the crucifixion. But if you're ready and you have the need, take your soul and I'll plant my seed. So I think it's a girl. See what I'm saying?
Oh.
So it looks to me like it's a groupie. She's in the back of the tour bus. He's got the drugs on the table.
Oh my God.
He's like, don't let your religion like hold you back. Yada, yada, yada. Like,
What?
that's what I think is happening.
Babe, you know what? There's some of these reviews that I'm like, maybe. Perhaps you're right. And then I look in the comment section and people are like, you nailed it, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, you're probably right. I would never have gotten that. Literally, in this song.
How would you have taken Let's Try Getting to the Sky? You didn't think Let's Get High?
Hang on, you're going to die.
Sour life can turn sweet. It's laying at your feet.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah. For me, the line that kept popping up was, we're disturbing the priest, and then it kept making me think of the other song that we listened to about the pedophile priests. And so I was like, I just kept thinking about throughout my life, the different times that I could see that people were on purpose trying to piss off Christian people.
Yeah.
And I was like, people have every right to do that. Like, sometimes, like,
why?
God forgive our people, but you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes they're so detached from, like, reality and what's actually happening. It's like, bad feelings and horrible events, they don't just float themselves away because you said some cliche statement that was supposed to make somebody feel good because you didn't actually know how to deal with the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's just, like, I just remember seeing, because, so I spent my life on the other side, like, this seemingly perfect Christian, you know what I mean? And then seeing people trying to get, under the skin of Christians, and I was like, why are people doing this? So weird, But now, like, being on the other side of it, I'm like, no, that makes sense. I understand why they were doing that. So every time they said, we're disturbing the priest, won't you please come to our feast? All I kept thinking of was, it was like almost like throwing a party, doing something, and on purpose trying to trigger the religious people. That's all I got from it. I didn't get this.
The song is based
groupie.
The song is based on a priest coming to the studio because they were playing loud and he was having a choir practice at the time. Gillen doesn't write deep lyrics, he just likes to rhyme.
Babe.
You're
still sticking with your story.
Yeah, I'm still sticking to my story.
Yeah.
Although it is kind of like it could have been the priest that like triggered that, but I'm like, let's try getting to the sky. Hang on, you're gonna die. Yada. I just think the priest probably triggered the whole corruption of innocence with religion angle. Because you see what I'm saying? Like, you just got to listen to the night at the ending of the day. You got to listen to the night as the safety slips away. Moving out of sight are the things you need to see to feel. And as they slip away, becoming so unreal. Mm-hmm. So he's basically, to me, it sounds like he's saying you have to basically give in to the darkness. right? You got to listen to the night as the ending of the day. Listen to the night as safety slips away. So it's like, go do something dangerous. You're stuck behind this religious whatever. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just gotta listen to the night and don't forget to say your prayers. And as you lose control in the eyes in darkened skies, the icy fingers of fan electric lies. I don't know. I think this guy's a pretty deep lyricist, actually. Go ahead.
Well, two things. One is, I've written things before, and Vin was like, yo, that's mad deep. And he, pulled something out of it that I didn't fucking put in there. But I was like, yeah, that fits. That was back when we were friends.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah.
Subliminally.
Yeah. Subliminally, I'm a lot more smart than I am. I'm a lot smarter than I am in regular life. Anyways, the second thing is, when I don't have a fucking clue what a song is about, then just one line or two lines will stick out to me, and then I just make the whole thing about that. So it was the Christian angle that I just already talked about. And then also when he said, sweet child with an innocent smile, watches closely all the while. Don't be fooled when he cries, keep looking at the eyes. It reminded me, I don't know why, but there was, again, we're going back to the Catholic thing. There was this whole thing, God love my grandfather. He would tell us these stories because he thought these stories were going to get us to be like, whoa, the Catholic Church is amazing and we need to switch religions, right now. But honest to goodness, I was terrified whenever he told me these stories. And I didn't even understand why he thought that these were a positive thing. And so there was stories of statues crying blood. Literally blood was coming from their eyes. And I was like, this is a positive thing? And then as a kid, he was really I didn't laugh about it because I didn't really think it was funny. I thought the whole thing was weird and just the concept of just blood just streaming from eyes. Then there was another one where it was water that was streaming from the eyes, but it was holy water. And they took apart this statue because they thought people thought that maybe somebody had piped something into it to make it obviously the liquid come out of it, but apparently there was nothing. But just all those bizarre stories. So that was that was what I thought of when I saw with don't be fooled when he cries, keep looking at the eyes. Because whenever I saw those events, because my grandfather would play this Catholic channel all the time, when we were there. I think it was his way of trying to convert us, maybe, or maybe it was something he did all the time. I don't know. But all these weird stories would come up and they'd zoom in on the statues and all that. And I remember trying to look and see is there a hole? So that's what's coming out of it. Or of course they were selling the liquid that was coming out. So I was like, it's a scandal. But anyway, so it became about that and picking on,
Yeah, where do you get the song?
trolling Christians. But, you think it's about sex with a groupie. Okay, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm right. Or maybe it's about a priest that had to listen to their stuff. I'm going to give this one a 6. I was not a fan.
You're horrible. 9.1 for the great Tony. For the great Tony Iommi.
You know nothing,
We're
babe.
out of this review. Vin out.
Sorry, out.
Gone.
I feel like you just did that because it's Iommi, not because you actually think it's a 9.1.
You're such a plebe. You're such a plebe.
Just a regular.
I'm so angry at you. I'm not even going to shoot the commercial. We're going to go right to the next song.